Hey guys, this is my list of least favorite Pokemon. Keep in mind that this is completely my opinion, so please don't get mad at me. Anyways, some other things. Some of these are based on stories. Some of these are just based on design. The reason that I may not sound like I hate all these Pokemon is because I really don't. I like a lot of Pokemon, and this was a really hard list to make. But without further ado, let's just get on with the list. Number 5. Verizon. Verizon. This one. This guy. So you may be wondering, why don't I like him? Well, a lot of people don't like him because he's one of the Gen 5 legendaries, and I don't think those 4 Pokemon from Generation 4, I don't think they're very good. They're sort of boring, and the name sounds too close to Verizon, and it's hard to pronounce. The reason I have this on number 5 is because it's not that bad. It's just sort of boring, really. Number 4. Ferroseed. You may be wondering, why don't I like Ferroseed? Well, it's because of a certain little Pokemon later in the list. I'm not going to name names. I won't. I'm not going to spoil this list at all. But I'm going to tell you some similar Pokemon. Graveler, Electrode. Now, you probably already know the problem with this Pokemon. It's like with Self-Destruct and Explosion. Now, the reason I chose this because it's similar to that other Pokemon, which I hate. And it looks the most similar out of all of them. I mean, they all look pretty similar, but this one just looks the most similar. I don't like it. Now, the reason that I think this is better is I think the color scheme is different enough, and it's not really the one I hate that much. So I sort of have to, let it off. It's not that bad. Now, you may be thinking that I'm a Gen 1er because I've just said that I hate, 2 Generation 5 Pokemon. Yeah, the reason I did that, these are really low on the list. Keep in mind that my favorite Pokemon is from Generation 5. And now, if you haven't been on my channel long enough to know what my favorite Pokemon is, it's Little Pup. Anyway, yeah, back to Ferroseed. Yeah, I just don't really like it because it reminds me way too much of my least favorite Pokemon, which was really annoying. There are other Pokemon I could have picked for this slot, like Electrode or Graveler, but I didn't. So, yeah. That's going to be this section of the list. Now on to the next one. Number 3. Munchlax. Now, this is where you go. This is where we go from bad. Okay, never mind. Munchlax. This is the point where we go from just boring and meh Pokemon to bad, I hate this Pokemon. You may be wondering why I hate it. It's because of a little story in the game Sun and Moon. Now, these are not the newest Pokemon games. I actually have Ultra Moon. So, yeah, I may make a video about that one day. Maybe not. But, yeah, I was fighting it in the wilds. And I sort of wanted it. So, I was trying to get its HP down. So, I didn't want to run away. Then, the thing was, Munchlax has a really high defense. So, I was trying to attack it, and then when its HP got low enough, well, here's a little thing. When you encounter a Pokemon in the wild, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and you get its HP down low, you know what it does? It calls for help. So now, there are 2 Munchlax, so I have to kill one before I catch the other one. But then this new one has leftovers. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just kill this one instead. So I do that, and I have to kill this one, and then it calls for help. I was just stuck there for a long time, and it's really, really annoying. I was really annoyed by it. I was really angry about it. I did eventually catch it, and the leftovers did help, but now that game is lost, along with like the only shiny I had. It wasn't one shiny, it was actually 3. I'm really sad I lost those shinies. Alright. On to the next item on the list. Number 2. Miltank. The reasoning for this one might surprise you. So I was playing Pokemon X. You may be wondering, like, why is this Pokemon X? I thought you were going to talk about, like, Gold and Silver or Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah, no, that's not what happened. I do have a story with Pokemon Gold and Silver that's sort of similar to this, but it's also sort of similar to the next story. It's actually sort of a blend of the two. I'll talk about it in the honorable mentions really quick. So, look forward to that. Alright, so, what happened with Miltank? Like I said, I was in Pokemon X, and we had arrived at school, but at my school, you have to wait in the school parking lot for a while before coming in when they're ready for you to come into the school. So, what happened is I was doing this, so I was just playing some Pokemon, and I got into a battle with a Miltank. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll just attack it. And then, so I did. And there was, it was a Miltank. So I was like, yeah, I'll just battle it. So, I took my strongest Pokemon, had a super effective type, Mega Evolved it, used a stab and super effective move. It didn't even do half damage. So then at this point, everyone was leaving the bus. I was like, oh shoot, I have to save, because at this point, I had no clue. Maybe I did, but I didn't, for some reason, I didn't know, like, that you could just save, that you didn't have to save it. I could have just left it on in my backpack, because the 3DS has a really good battery life. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I just had to keep battling it. It was just really annoying. So, yeah. And now for some honorable mentions. Graveler. This is sort of, like I said, this is sort of a combination of the last two, number 2 and number 1. So, basically, I was on the bus playing some Pokemon Gold on an emulator on my DS, because I had an R4 card. So, I was in Victory Road, and guess what I found? I found a shiny Graveler, and being a very bad Pokemon player, I had 0 Pokeballs on me, except for my Master Ball. Now, I didn't want to lose my Master Ball. I wanted to keep it, but this might have been worth it. I wasn't sure. I was going to make a video about this, but I didn't. So, yeah. Another one is going to be, what is the next one going to be? Pidgey. Same reason as the last one. You should have already seen my video on my first shiny. If you haven't, then you can watch it. Number 1. Fortress. Now, here's why I hate this Pokemon. Now, if you're new to this channel, and by new, I mean, like, you've been here for less than half a year. So, in the summer, I would do a lot of live streams. So, some of these live streams was playing scratch games, but one of the things I was doing near the end was playing Pokemon Leaf Green on a King Lock challenge. It's a variant of a Nuzlocke that I came up with. You can watch those videos to see the rules. I actually spent a long time on vacation editing one of the first video's highlights, and you can see all the stuff in it. It's 12 minutes, but it's pretty good. So, yeah, I'm going to leave a link to that in the description probably. Now, here's what happened. So, of course, since it's in Nuzlocke, you can only encounter the first Pokemon on a route. So, I encountered Pokemon, and it was a Fortress. Now, I was like, okay, not realizing it would probably blow up. So I attacked it, and then it used self-destruct. Now, so I was really angry, but hey, it was only one Pokemon. Didn't kill my team. I was still really angry, though. So I kept on playing. But then later, guess I found another route. And guess what Pokemon I found? It was another Fortress. Yeah, it was another one. Seriously. And then the worst part is, on that same route, next to it was Pewter City. And Brock kept killing me over and over again. That may be confusing since this is a Nuzlocke, but I didn't want to stop doing the Nuzlocke, so I made a rule that if all your Pokemon faint, you get a free restart. Like, not with all your Pokemon, if some of them died, you know. It was just like that sort of thing, so I didn't completely get destroyed. So, yeah. I had to keep encountering them. It just made me more and more angry. That is why I hate that Pokemon. Like, ever since that time, it's become my least favorite Pokemon. But, just fun. I'm going to show you the clips. Here you go. Might even get a Fortress. That's pretty cool. It's a female Fortress. If we catch this Fortress, it will be named One Punch. Pig. I'm cutting off the pig. Now, we're not going to throw a Pokeball yet. I'm not going to throw our balls at this guy yet. Sidewave. Don't kill, don't kill, don't kill, don't kill. Okay, good. Come on, One Punch Pig. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Whoa! Another freaking Fortress. Hi guys. To see more, click one of the videos on either side, the left or the right. Or you can subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. So yeah. Bye.